Netflix they have these different shows that like they'll put people in prison and they're doing a test. There is not a better show in the world that would be than you being in one of those prison shows. What? Could you imagine you in prison with all the inmates? You're so stupid, man. Okay. Sorry about that.
Ready?
We had a moment.
Are we two normal guys back on a podcast?
No, I think the more you say that, the dumber it sounds. So I don't think we can do that. That's kind of a tough look for me and my family. Don't do it.
Not where you're going today.
Yeah, some of it could be because of the cold.
-3?
I don't know, something like -3.
But then, like with wind chill, it's like -20.
I heard it was gonna be -30.
I heard it was -6.
You don't ever look at the weather.
-6 or 7.
You don't ever look at the weather. There could be a tornado warning right outside of town.
That is actually true. I never look at the weather for the most part.
Blake, this is what this guy does. Remember, it was like 2 years ago. That tornado,
that was crazy.
It was a year and a half, 2 years ago.
I was like hanging out and I was like talking to you and you're like telling me you're in the basement. I'm like, what are you doing? And I was like trying to find, where was
there
I?
was a
I think
raging tornado outside of Elkhorn on the way to Elkhorn. And obviously there was destruction, not good stuff. Paul had no idea. Like, you can look outside, anyone in the world, and know, something's probably not good. You have no clue.
I didn't. That one.
Sometimes your social awareness, but your weather awareness too, and spatial. Like it's off the charts. He'll call me and be like, "Hey, is anything going on?" Yeah, like a tornado's here. And then you have our boy Kobe, which no one's ever seen him. Hey, Kobe, could you just walk up and I need you to be seen.
Kobe, come on. Kobe, come up here.
If you've ever seen your entire life.
Show the world your new self.
A weather boy.
Show the world your new self.
Just quickly come over here. Here. This is a weather boy, and he is accurate.
Yeah.
Go down?
Yeah, right here. Over. Here. Get in
there
here.
There we go. Weather boy.
Okay, go sit down. We don't want you anymore. But he's beautiful. A weather boy, and he's the most inaccurate weather boy I've ever heard. He'll be like, "Hey, you watch. Just watch.
How many blizzards
there's going to be a blizzard," and it's like a little, like it's sprinkled
half
rain.
Inch of snow.
Now, one time, though, he got it right, because if you're going to predict 27 different storms, I hope you get one. Hey, Kobe, thanks for making an appearance. What a nice kid.
Just one of those. He's beautiful. Great guy. 5'9", sheet of muscle. He's just a good man.
Yeah, just a good man is what I think I was thinking too. No, but he didn't know. You probably didn't even know that it was going to be cold.
No, somebody had told me yesterday that it was going to be cold this weekend. I thought it was actually going to be like Saturday or Sunday.
Kids don't have school.
Some people cancel. Oh, really?
Like it's that cold. I'm saying like people because kids can't walk to school.
See, the reason I also don't know a lot of that stuff, my kids are homeschooled.
Yeah, it's weird. My kids go to school, and if they were homeschooled or I didn't have kids, I'd know it was getting cold.
Part of our homeschool community is you can't look at the weather. It's against our religion. But we're not in a cold or anything.
You're not in a cold?
Cold.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I knew what you were saying.
Oh, you were doing a play.
It was play on words.
I get where you were going. I get where you were going.
Yeah, those homeschoolers, man. I remember I was homeschooled K through 8. I think I've discussed that. Yeah, we didn't know anything.
Yeah,
we didn't know anything about the weather.
Yeah, you don't look at the weather.
We also didn't have windows.
We camped out.
We didn't know if there was sunshine.
We're camping out.
We also didn't go outside except twice a week for like an hour.
That reminds me of when I was in prison.
You live under a rock? No, Our house doesn't have any windows, and my parents don't let us out ever.
That was my prison. That was like life in prison for me.
What was?
Staying under, basically not getting out. They only let you out for an hour a day.
You've never been homeschooled.
No, that was prison.
Oh.
Prison. Remember when I was in prison?
I will say this.
I wasn't in prison.
So Netflix they have these different shows that like, they'll put people in prison and they're doing a test. I mean,
I've watched some of those. They're fascinating.
Where they keep all the doors unlocked, and the prison, the inmates, like, they like,
no,
their
rules.
responsibility
There's
that they get to
rules.
be free within the prison as long as no havoc happens. There is not a better show in the world. I'm talking about this for the future. That would be than you being in one of those prison shows. What? Could you imagine you in prison with all the inmates?
You're putting okay.
You have some face tats, bro?
because we don't
sick.
So to give people we talk about like a verse and just some stuff going on in our hearts, but we don't plan out because we want this to be authentic. All right, let's plan this out.
No. I did have something planned out.
No.
I had cold. That's what
cold.
I typed on my
All
computer.
Right. But hey, let's go through. I'm going to tell you my first 8 hours of survival in prison. I'm gonna think through this real quick.
Yeah.
First thing, you get in, you get checked in. I'm assuming. I don't know. I've never been.
And then can I go my first 8 hours?
First thing I do, I go up to the biggest gang leader in prison and I say, no, I'm serious. Within an hour, you have to do this. I'd say, hey.
Wait. This is like a handbook.
Yeah, I'd say, hey.
Like first 8 hours in prison for dummies? Like, that's not true.
No, well,
you said this is what you do within the first hour.
Yeah, first hour.
No, that's
so
what
I
you
go up,
do when you walk in,
I
bro.
let them know who I am. I say, I'm Paul Lanphier, pastor, business M&A advisor,
pastor,
and I'm here to lead your gang. This is the first thing you got to do. And then if he tries to defy you, you have to beat him up. So you beat him up right there. And
I would. There's not many people.
Then the next thing I'm doing, I'm getting tattoos.
You over.
And then I'm getting some tattoos for I'm gonna get a cross one right here.
Do you know what I think I'd do?
What would you do?
I'd shave my face.
Okay.
And then I'd get a mustache tattoo.
Oh, that'd be sick. You should get one between your eyes too, right here.
Because then it's like, then if I do shave, it doesn't matter. I still have it. And if I shave clean, my wife thinks it makes me look terrible.
I think you would look great.
Back to hour 2.
So hour 2, I would make sure I'd get my tattoos done to get
you'd probably get a cross on your neck.
I'd get several. I'd get a cross on my neck. I would say
who would do it? Do you know the guy's name?
Big Rob. Big Rob. We're gonna call him Big Rob. I think that's his name. He'd be such a nice guy. He'd be my cellmate. I'd get to know my cellmate. We'd probably maybe grab coffee together on the yard.
Bro, could you imagine
did they grab coffee?
Could you imagine being in a cell like with another guy and
hanging out?
Could you imagine? You have the worst. This guy would beat you up. Big Rob would beat you up. You know why? Out of all people in this planet Earth, I've never been around a human that destroys a toilet like you. I'm telling you. It's like
Big Rob.
There've been
Big Rob.
There's couple times I've walked in at your house. I walk in there and I'm like, wait, who died? Like, what? Did he kill an animal?
Well, I've done that before.
The most obscene thing I've ever seen in my life, and I've had times. This is like the thing.
I love this. I don't even know where this is going.
He could do it on demand. It's a gift. All right. Go back to it. I was just thinking of Big Rob and you in the same cell.
Big Rob wouldn't.
Would you just like
he wouldn't let
hold
me?
it
No,
in?
because I'm a leader. I would go over because I'm already the gang leader. I would go over to another stall or another cell and be like, get out of the cell
because it's unlocked.
I'd look at them and say, get out of the cell, and they'd say what? And they would know because I'm the leader. This is hour 3 or 4. And I would have to go after my coffee with my cellmate, Big Rob. We'd get to know each other.
Yeah.
And I think he'd come to the Lord. I really do. We'd talk. We'd have some good conversation.
Within the first hour?
No, well, me and him had our first coffee date.
Okay.
And then we get to know each other, talk about business, life. Talk about, hopefully he's not doing life. Give him, we'll see where life leads. and then I think the rest of the afternoon, I'm getting to know some of my other cellmates and some of the other people there, and we're hanging out. I don't know, talking about what God has for our lives and how prison is going to transform us and shape us into the people we're supposed to become. While I think I would also get another tattoo at hour 8 just to make sure, and I would probably keep that going for a little bit.
I think it'd be good. I personally think I'd pay like a large amount of money to watch you in prison. Like, so I love our business, and I love having my best friend be my business partner, and I just love the friendship I have with my best friend. I would pay an obscene amount of money to have him on like
one of those shows,
like an 8-episode series, like I don't know, and it would suck for the 2 months, like we wouldn't get to hang out. I'd probably visit you a couple times.
Do you think
it would be? I would pay so much money, like I would pay a month of expenses. I'd do extra work for a month, like I'd pay a month of
my wife's expenses,
the Woodhead family expenses. If I had to help pay your guys' bills for a month, count me in. If you agree to it tomorrow.
What if I got cornrows? I would get those too. I would for sure get those. I'd grow out my hair and get those.
If you got cornrows, you would have no respect there.
What do you think my name would be in prison?
Probably
Paulie? Prison P?
Maybe Prison P. I could see that actually. I'm just saying. I
it's
think
stressing me out even thinking about it.
I think it would be one.
So
I can see you right now. You'd look good in orange. I, on the other hand, would probably not. I'd probably not go about my first 8 hours of prison like that.
Yeah. All right.
I'd probably walk in. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'd probably walk in. Yeah. I'd probably see who I needed to meet.
Yeah. Got to set the tone.
I'd probably tell him about who I am. He'd tell me about who he is. And I'd say, hey, who do I need to watch out for in here?
See, that would be a later.
You wouldn't. No, you would just go talk to Mr. Rob or whatever you call this. Big Rob.
My roommate.
And now, I actually think I'd get along with people.
I do too.
And I'd try to find a pickup basketball game.
Would you play?
Yes. If I'm in prison, man, that's like, I don't think they have golf.
I wonder if there's like a league, like a prison league, like the best.
A lot of times, yes.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be training. I'd be finding
ways. Do you think there's ever been any fights in those leagues?
I hope. Yes, I do. But I mean, I'd try to get on the best team. I need some people that would set screens for me to get me open. Because I'm shooting that thing.
Are we in together, by the way? Because I'd set a screen for you. You'd be safe.
I don't know. Okay.
I'd make you.
I don't know if I'd want you on my team.
I'd make you. I love you. I'd make you a general, though. My team always wins because I'm the leader of the gang.
If I was in prison with Paul, I would act like I didn't know him. He's talking about, would you be safe? Would you feel safe with me?
Oh,
those are the kind of things in prison that get you.
I would give you my protection. Hurt. I'd give my guys would protect you. You'd have protection day one just because of friendship. We'd have to see if we let you in our gang, but we probably would.
This is the thing. Unless you're a massive manipulator, I don't know if you're on that team. I don't think you're leading a group of gang members. So like, there's
Maybe.
There's like the leader, the second in line, like vice president. Then there's the third. I see you as being like a 7 in your gang. But you're supporting. You'll support the 6 people above you.
They'd be great people.
And I think you'd act if you could be a 7 in prison in your group. I think you thrive in prison. If you're a 1, we need prayers for that gang. Because if you're the leader,
we'd see revival though. There'd be a lot of hugging going on. Healthy hugging, heavenly hugging.
If there's a lot of hugging going on, I'm not taking your team. I'm not taking your group. That's why I don't know if I'd want to be on your side. Like we'd have this thing where like, hey, we're not going to cross each other.
Yeah.
But I might act like I don't know you.
Would we be roommates? What if you wouldn't be Big Rob?
No.
With me, you, and Big Rob.
I couldn't be roommates with you.
Me, you, and Big Rob. We'd have so much fun. We'd have to do a book study, Bible study.
Anyways, if we could like raise money to get him put in prison and we could make a show out of it, it would be amazing. It would be one of my favorite things. Back to the cold. How cold was it walking in?
It was horrible. Do you know I hate the cold more? We're going to Arizona next week, but I hate the cold more than anybody.
It's the worst thing in the world.
Worst thing.
I could, like, someone was getting an alert on their phone. Make sure you have extra gas in your gas tank. I'll tell you what.
I did. By the way, did you know I filled up yesterday? I was down to 1 mile.
So this is the problem with Paul Lanphier.
I did. It's true.
Tell the story. Where were you going when you were on the interstate with 0? I mean, the time I was talking to you, weren't you like on the way back from Lincoln or on the way to Lincoln?
Oh, that was so stressful. That was Lincoln, and I had to turn around and in the middle of the interstate.
And what were you at? 0?
Yeah, I was at 0.
And how far did you have to go?
6 miles away. It was so stressful.
This man,
it was.
I don't know how many times he's been at 0 in our friend. No, it's almost every time. I remember I would never let mine get down to like 70 miles, 80 miles. The problem, my dad always said, tell me who your friends are. And it'll tell a lot about you. This is an unfortunate thing about our friendship. I don't know how many times I've gotten to below 10 miles because of him. Because I'm like, Paul's alive.
Good company helps bad character.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
That you were a bad actor with not letting your gas go down.
In other words,
good company helped you.
Or the good company's trying to help you, and you're so dominating in the gas deal that like it's went over to me.
I mean, you did announce to the world that the toilet in prison would be. It was the funniest thing ever.
You did. Sorry if I'm not. Nope. I'm not actually. I'm actually not sorry. But you dominated that toilet. You know what? If you're doing something like that to a toilet, your car will listen to you. Your car will listen to you, and it will survive.
My car loves me. I've built a friendship.
I mean, where are we?
It trusts me. It trusts me that I'll get gas in it when it needs it.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I've never heard a dumber thing, and I've done 6 podcasts with 7, something like that with you, and that's 6 podcasts.
Oh, that's evil.
6.
Oh, it's from the devil.
Oh,
just joking.
I have seen that, by the way. Have you heard of people talking about that? It's like saying the 6, 7 things from the devil.
You can make you can make anything in the world. I'm just gonna live life where it's like I just believe God is bigger. You know, it's like I'm done with this whole everything's from the devil.
Yeah, that's probably not where I live in the everything. There's actually some decent things, or there's some funny things that I don't think are bad.
Oh, emotionalism, brother. Can't have it.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry.
You're trying to
I'm
open.
sorry.
You're
I'm
trying to
open some cans, but keep the worms inside.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, before we move on, what are you thinking about the NFC and AFC championships? For everyone that has no idea about football, the Patriots will play at Denver, and the Los Angeles Rams will play at Seattle.
Is it weird watching?
Who do you think is going to win?
Weird watching the Patriots because you were in an AFC championship game.
I was in multiple
with them. Isn't that pretty cool? It's kind of cool. Congratulations.
I don't know. I don't really care. Honestly, I don't really sit and think like, man.
It's probably less stressful sitting at your house and enjoying watching the game, I would think.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would think so.
My livelihood and my job doesn't depend on it.
That's true. My gut reactions are, I think Denver is going to pull out some Cinderella story.
And obviously, I love the Patriots, like the fans. Josh McDaniels was my OC. Awesome dude.
Yeah.
Love him. I could weirdly see something like that happening, and I don't know why. Now, I'm not predicting it. I'm just saying I could see it happen.
I know there's like good coaches, and then there's this level where a coach scares me because I just know he's good, but he also, I feel like, would kill me if I looked at him the wrong way.
Well, I mean,
I just feel like
if he was in prison with you, he would destroy you.
Do you think me and Big Sean Payton, do you think we would be good? Do you think
Big Sean? No, you guys would not be. So
I've heard.
If we're talking about you being friends, I can't say I know anyone, like one person, that's a coach that would like you really resonate with.
What do you think, Sean? Is he just? He just looks like a dog. He just looks like
he is, because he does things correctly and he does things the right way. Now, are some people going to be offended by the way he talks? Sure. That's, I think, what I've realized is any NFL coach would probably offend most people. I mean, I don't know how many times on Amazon they'll have kind of like a Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's Hard Knocks where they film the teams. They're in the meeting rooms. And there's one time Paul goes, "Did you see that coach? It was wild."
It was for the Browns as their offensive line coach.
I go, "Paul, that was my everyday."
I think in 45 seconds he dropped 15 or 18 F-bombs.
Yeah, and it's not always Fs.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember in New York, I think it was New York, where the special teams coordinator would threaten and say, if you did a bad play, he'd be like, "Hey, just to let you know, they give me a say on who's on this team." And you're like, that's basically saying, "You're terrible. You sucked on this play. I can fire you." This was my everyday.
You're doing a great job on all these parts, but on this part, can you get a little better? And they wouldn't encourage you like that. How many times do they encourage you before they give you some constructive criticism?
I can't say encouragement's the thing.
It's not a big thing around the league, is what you would say.
I mean, there's people that'll encourage.
Who's the chief?
But you have to have some. There's not. I don't think they.
Who's the most encouraging player you played with?
I mean, that's kind of dumb. Who's the? Yeah, this guy's really encouraging. He got to the league. He was not very fast, not very smart, didn't have much talent, but they saw that he was high in encouragement. At the combine, they run a 40, they do vertical jump, and then they also put you in this room and say the 10 most encouraging things.
That would be that's something.
That'd be
that could be part of our test.
That would never be a part of a test
that we could develop.
You live in fairy tale land sometimes. The amount of I just don't think you have understanding.
I could see Rob Gronkowski being encouraging, being like, "Dude, you're doing a great job. Keep going, Woody."
Oh my gosh.
happens?
That's a tough one to bounce back from
Not
right
often.
there. That's a tough one to bounce back from, Blake. I mean, that just doesn't happen. But anyways, he has no idea. People like will cuss and they'll throw out some S's, A's, GD's, F's, whatever, and he'll like cringe. And I'm not saying you shouldn't cringe, but like if I would have like been so emotionally unstable from hearing that, I wouldn't have made it in the NFL a long time ago. Like I'm saying, like week 1. My mini camp, the first one, the rookie mini camp. I remember getting there kind of late, getting back to the hotel, knowing nothing about anything in the playbook. I get back at like 10 o'clock. And I remember studying till like 11:30 or 12, waking up early studying because that next morning I had to run plays.
It's paranoid.
Yeah. And they're not going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You didn't run it right. Yeah, that was on us. We let you out too late. Oh, we didn't give you enough time to study 20 mic, which is like a draw ISO. Yeah, we didn't give you enough time. That's on us. Hey, better luck next time. We're going to get it. No. If you don't know what you're doing, you're getting lit up. You're getting lit up. Like, if you don't know who your guy is on 58 protection, 50 protection, 64, 66,
60.
70, you don't, if that's a free release, which is where you don't block. If you didn't know that on day 1, you're in trouble. This is a job.
Day 1.
This is a job.
It's wild.
Like it's a job, job. It's not going out front playing with your buddies or playing Thanksgiving flag football, turkey bowl with your buds and your family. No, this is like people's livelihood. And if you don't get it right, the other guy that plays your position who has a family is going to make sure he gets it right. So this whole idea of encouragement is wild to me. Because you know what? If I don't know how to do it, some other guy will.
Do you know what I would do if I was a coach?
We've talked about this. You'd start hugging.
No, but I would
probably
always
kissing on the cheek.
You know a saying I would say? If they made a mistake, unless they kept making it, then we'd have to probably cut them.
I don't think you would. I don't think you would.
When they come off the field, I'd look at them and say, there's grace for the next play. There's grace for the next play.
Do you know what that gets? Your quarterback injured. If you start saying there's grace for the next play, yeah, that's really cool. Ask Tom Brady if there's grace with his broken leg. If you did that, you'd be fired in seconds. They wouldn't care.
Just give me one play. That's all I'm asking. To prove
no one would.
No, I actually
if you
I'd get
you
hurt.
said
I'd
that.
Get hurt.
And the funny thing is, like, my wife's even said this. She goes, or no, someone else. They go, Paul's like playing a part, like a bit, right? Like he's playing a character. I go, you don't know Paul Lanphier? This is no character. He actually believes that he could turn the NFL world upside down saying, hey, I got grace for you. Now, we have to find a backup quarterback. We have to find a backup quarterback and a backup running back.
Look at the Broncos. They're bringing a backup quarterback in. There wasn't grace for Bo Nix, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hey, let's make sure there's just tons of grace for that guy not the Bo Nix play, but for someone completely missing a block because he didn't study and there's no accountability. Let's have grace for that guy because he got everyone injured. You'd be the worst coach in the history of coaching. I think it's fine if you coach a flag football team like that. Because there's no blocking involved.
That's true.
Or think about this.
I was a
Think
pretty hard
about
coach. I was
this.
a pretty you saw.
You
me.
weren't.
I get pretty intense.
You could, okay. Oh my gosh, there was this one time. So our kids were all over the place. All over.
You're calm during. You're actually,
all over the place. We get to halftime. Paul Lanphier starts freaking out. He goes, "We gotta do this. We gotta do that. What are you doing over here? If you're not gonna," and I go, no. I got it. I go, "Hey guys, we're not doing what we're supposed to do on the play. So like, we need to do what we're supposed to do on the play. So everyone, make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Don't get mad at the coaches. Don't get mad at the quarterback. We got to just do what we do." And Paul's over there. I had to. He was the head coach, and I had to remove him. And he loves kids, but I'll tell you what.
Don't let the dog out.
But Paul Lanphier didn't have much grace for those flag football boys. It was.
I think I was sleeping.
It was wild.
That was wild.
And I was like,
but
I was looking around. I was like, what's happening? I haven't even seen coaches in the NFL like get mad about something so not real. Like I was like,
but I was still.
Why would you get mad about that?
And then I encouraged a lot of them that second half. I was like, we're gonna recover, Paul. You got to get your act. You got to get your act together. And I did.
I mean, you weren't bad, but you did like fly off the handle. I was like, what is going on?
I did.
Now, you didn't hurt anyone because I made sure to get you out of the huddle. Yeah, I said, no, I got it.
I wasn't going to hurt anybody.
No, you weren't going to hurt anyone, but like you're just wild.
So why?
You're in your favorite word. You were intense.
I had to let.
By the way, that's Paul Lanphier's favorite word, and he doesn't even know what intense means half the time.
I had to let my wings out and fly a little bit that day. I had to let my wings out and fly a little bit that day.
You flew.
So on another note, though, with the AFC,
this is so like
the Broncos. No. This is all related. I think Broncos win.
I'm saying on my part,
and then so I'm going to stick there, and then I think I'm going to go. I think the Seahawks have this one.
This is the first time I think in a long time I don't know who's going to win in either. I think it's like really flipping a coin.
I would actually. I'd
be okay with either Seattle or the Rams.
Same here.
I'd be okay with either the Broncos or the Patriots. And I have the one that I could see happening that no one expects is I could see Denver still winning.
I could too.
I don't know. If I were to bet on, which I'm not gonna, right? I would bet on Matthew Stafford just because he's like the better quarterback, but I could see the Seahawks winning. I don't know. It'll be fun.
Matthew Stafford has just come on this year.
But really,
he's always been good.
He's always been good.
It is true. We always say that, and then we're like,
I don't.
It's fun. You're right. You don't. It is fun seeing, though.
I never say
There's
that,
something about
actually.
seeing a 38, 39-year-old guy. I think that's what he is. That's my age. That's out there slinging the rock and looking better than every quarterback and can barely run.
He can run.
Do you think he's faster than me?
Dog. Let's move on after this.
Would I be surprised?
Can I say this?
Would I be surprised at how fast he is if I was like with him?
I hate that I'm even saying this. And Philip, I know you're not going to listen, but if somehow you hear this, I'm not saying anything badly about you. Philip Rivers, not in shape, and I think he would have said that when he came back and played.
Yeah.
He'd dust you.
No.
You would be so far behind.
You give us 1 month train and get my Achilles.
He'll kill you.
No way.
Kill.
Literally?
Yeah.
That fast?
That's what normal human beings don't understand.
Yeah, these guys are all athletic. Like, that is true. I mean,
it's just they look slow because okay. So if someone's running a 4.540, like Philip isn't, he's gonna look slow next to him. If someone's running a 4.540 next to you, which I don't know if you break 6.
Here, we got to look up Philip Rivers.
They'd put your speed in a nursing home.
We got to look up Philip Rivers.
They would.
40 time. We got to see.
It's not fast. It's not fast. Let's move on.
What's your gut say?
His 40 time, probably 5.
5.08 seconds. Yeah,
I was going to say 5 to 5-1.
He'd beat me.
He'd destroy you. It wouldn't even be close. It would be like me against a 3-year-old. Very similar.
Oh, no, they
Picture that.
say his pro day was in the 4.98 to 5.08 range.
Yeah, so that's 4.98's 5. All right, let's move on. No one wants to hear us talk about your speed.
Lord,
but I am
we
going to
pray
send
for
you a
great
video to
speed
put
for
on
me.
as a short right before he tore his Achilles, what he looked like. All right, what do you got today?
Well, speaking of all of
Your transitions are going to suck.
sports, life, cold weather,
Sports, undrafted players, drafted players. Undrafted
coaches
players.
giving grace for the next play. It led us
That's
all.
where you lost
it
everyone.
led us all.
Right now, they either hit the X on their window of the YouTube channel, or they use the bottom right corner to push up and then swipe out of this because they heard the grace thing.
I think there's some, but I think today, just in our world with what's just a lot going on, you know,
Okay.
a lot of raging, a lot of people mad at life, a lot of just life. Honestly, like real life is hitting. You've heard me say this. You can't stop real life from happening, and it's a which I think is kind of a good say. It's like, yeah, it's going to happen. Things are going to happen in life. But I know we were talking last night. And we were talking about the Beatitudes.
Yeah.
And just how God, like, you know, he comes down, Jesus on earth, and basically is sitting with all of these people. I think he was sitting with, and there would have been Pharisees around. There would have been like the religious leaders of the day. That's what they were. The pastors of the day sitting around, all these people. And he goes through how we should live a kingdom life.
Yeah.
One of the ways. I mean, obviously there's a lot of ways like that Jesus said, but I think it's just powerful because it's opposite of everything that we see on the news. It's opposite of most of the time the way I react. And I'm like, Lord, how do I react more like this? Like where it says, like even just realizing.
Yeah, read some off.
Let's just read the Beatitudes.
Yeah.
God blesses those who are poor and this is the New Living Translation. God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. I think I heard somebody say, like, God, it's blessed are the poor, or blessed are those who mourn. Oh no, that's the next one. But it's like the poor. It was actually poor in spirit. It's people who realize they are so depraved without the Father, like without Jesus, that they can't like not get that. Like, so it's like they long for that. That's like who they are, which I think is just powerful. It's like, is that our number one goal? God blesses those who mourn, for they will be comforted. God blesses. See, some of the coaches are probably sad. We would bless those who mourn. They will be comforted. God blesses those who are. Sorry, I had to give my grace one real quick.
Yeah, that's weird.
But God blesses those who are humble, for they will inherit the whole earth. God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. God blesses those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Isn't that interesting that in 6 and 7, God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. And then the very next one is merciful. I think it's just interesting because generally justice and mercy, it's like while that people can say they go hand in hand, justice, mercy. It's a lot of times people that have high justice, like we do, I do, like you do too. It's like we want to see things the right way.
Well, you know
you have higher justice, like you want. It's like probably than me. It's like you want to.
Yes,
like
I know
like
I do.
You do, and it's like and it's like and I'm not saying, but it's like right after.
I
that,
don't
it's
take
like,
offense.
Blesses those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. But a lot of times, like our justice will limit us. Not you don't do this because you're healthy and you love both things we have to fight through. But it's like a lot of times our justice sometimes will be like, we want this so bad, we'll forget the next part of that. Are we being merciful?
Sorry, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent,
But I think, and I'm not saying anyone, but I think sometimes, that's and in 5:6 and 5:7. I think what the Lord is saying too is like not to make fun of words, but like how you're always about grace. Well, that Jesus was about grace.
Yeah.
And I think in 5:6 it says Jesus was about truth. And I think sometimes what we as individuals, let's just say ourselves, I don't want to bring anyone else into it. But I think especially as Christians, right? Like sometimes it's like, yeah, we need truth and grace because he said it, right?
Yep.
And then what ends up happening is it's like, well, maybe we hang out in just grace.
Yep.
Hang out in 100% grace, and we might have 5% truth or whatever. And I think, or it's the other end where it's 100% truth or 95% truth.
Yep.
And 5% grace, right? I think what he, like, not just here, and I'm not saying this is exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
But it kind of, I mean, if he's saying this, it kind of matters. And I remember when we were, Stacia and I were doing premarital counseling. And we were talking about Danny and Stacia and like our roles, right? And sometimes I think what we do in marriage is sometimes it's like, well, like you have 60% of the responsibilities here, you have 40, or like sometimes it's like, that's the perfect way for a marriage to never work. You need 100% Danny and you need 100% Stacia.
Fully agree.
I think in truth and grace in the kingdom of heaven, we need 100% of both. They fit. You know what I'm saying? Now, the way we do it probably doesn't, but like you always need grace and you always need truth because it's not one or the other. I think Jesus is saying you need truth.
Yep.
And you need grace. You need mercy.
Yep.
Like otherwise I don't think he'd say it.
No, I
right?
agree. Yes.
I don't know. Sorry, that was a little tangent.
No, I agree.
But like I think we just need both. And sometimes it's like, well, if I have mercy or grace, then there's no truth. It's like, oh no, we need some biblical like that actually is important. And I think that actually pushes us to give more grace, more mercy.
Yeah. And if you're going to die on one of those hills, die on mercy and grace, because it says mercy triumphs over judgment. So it's
sure.
I agree. They're both,
but really
truth
like,
is not judgment, by the way. I'm just saying,
but also like if you don't have truth, which is the Bible, I just don't know how you can have mercy and grace.
Yeah, you won't. It'll be a distorted view. It's what it's the world's view of truth, right?
And I think like if you have a hill to die on, I don't think we have to die on either. I think you just have what the Bible says.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's coming from somewhat like I need to push myself more to mercy and grace. I think, but like I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry, that was a tangent.
And then it's God blesses those whose hearts are pure, for they will see God. God blesses those who work for peace, for they will be called children of God. God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. I can't talk today.
There's grace for that.
There's grace. Thank you. See? So much grace in here.
There's so much grace for that.
There's a lot to unpack. Unpack.
Isn't verse 11 interesting? Mine says, blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. We grew up in an era where, like, I don't know, the 90s was big with it. Like, big. But, like, and we always need to be ready to, like, give our lives for Jesus. Like, that's also every day, like, dying to yourself, like, surrendering.
Dude, I remember, like, when I had a gun put to my head and they said, are you going to take this mark of the beast right now? And my family was there, and it was like to buy or sell or eat anything. And I did. I
love it because there's probably people listening that are like, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry. That's so bad. Danny that's an inside thing from the 90s. Sorry.
That is a 90s thing. But it is persecution. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about persecution. And do you think it's always, I think we've always talked like non-Christians are like going to persecute you. And that does happen, by the way.
Yeah.
And that happens even more probably in other countries. But the thing is that like, I always want to make sure, like with my heart is like, man, like, how do we as believers lift each other up and not persecute each other? I feel like that's just something that's becoming all too common. And I don't know if it's just popular. I think the thing is, Paul, like, how it is popular. It's becoming more and more popular. And I see it I've seen it in my life, in my 41 years. I think the thing that is wild is I've probably myself been persecuted more by believers than non-believers.
It's wild.
You know, when people talk about like you're eating your own. It's like, how do we not do that?
It's
because it's kind of popular right now.
It is. It's the whole. I think it's a lot in Christianity, and this isn't to knock. It's like we want.
No,
like
we're all for Christians.
Yeah, it's like we want whether you're Christian, not a Christian. It's like we want you to know the love of the Father. Like that's like that would be a biggest goal that we could probably say is like knowing like your identity, love of the Father, knowing Jesus died for you, and that He loves you. Like that's what I'm going to say. That He's not just. But I think the hardest part is we have different people who don't know people, don't have context for them, and we make decisions off of that person.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's really popular on YouTube and popular on everything and popular to whatever it is. And it's like, versus just being like, man, I may not understand their story. I may not know them. Why do we have to feel like we need to speak out on that?
And I think it makes Christians look tough. Like it's like a tough look. Like I've heard this so many times. People are like, I don't want to go to church because Christians are hypocrites. And can I say this? Like we are.
Yeah.
We're hypocrites. Everyone is.
Yeah.
Like in some sense, like we've been hypocrites in our life.
Danny, you are hypocrites.
Yeah.
Good job.
Let's go.
No.
There, finish it. Yeah. No, but I'm saying like church is for like the sick people.
Yeah.
Even everyone that's been going to church for so long.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I need Jesus on the daily. Now, are we practicing hypocrites? Are we trying to be hypocrites? No.
Yeah.
But like
not at all.
If you said, "Hey, Danny did this," it's like, yeah, I probably did. Like, oh, Danny was a jerk because he didn't sign something because maybe they think I was a jerk because I was eating with my family and said, "Hey, let's wait till afterwards."
Yeah.
I'll do it, but let's wait till after.
Yeah, trying to enjoy your family.
I probably did that.
Yeah.
If you think I said something mean when I was in school, I did it. If you think I did something mean to someone or talked about someone before or did gossip before, my guess is I probably did it. Is it stuff I'm proud of? No. Like there's plenty of things in this world, but like Christians are gonna they're gonna be hypocrites.
Yeah.
And like we don't like that. Like we're not trying to.
No.
But like that does happen.
Well, and that I think the best example of that is, let's say that somebody came up to you, took a video of you and your family and said, "Hey, can I get my son signed for my kid?" And you're like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm sitting here eating with my family." They could twist that,
and then they just cut it right there.
They could cut it right there. They would cut the part of you being probably even saying your family. Then it would look like you.
Then I'm a jerk.
You're a bad all this stuff, and that's what it's the saddest part I've noticed is Christians will take one statement and then we'll weaponize it with scripture versus actually saying like, what's the heart of God for this? What's the heart for humanity? What's the heart for people? What are overriding truths? Are you for your fellow brother? Are you for your fellow believer? Well, they're not living in truth or they're not this. It's like, well, you're taking one scripture. What if they took 5 scriptures for you of, judging them, doing this? Because, we're supposed to judge believers. No, he was talking to a very specific situation. Mm-hmm. It was not about, so it's like we have to, I think that's the part. It's like we actually have to take overriding truths that say, like, Jesus actually cares more about reconciliation than you being right.
Well, and the thing is, like I said, so for non-Christians, like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to let you know, at church, it's as messy of a place as anywhere. People like actually have things they're going through. It's like, it's kind of like a hospital is for sick people.
Yeah.
We're all sick people without Jesus. That's why we come here, because he's the medicine.
Yeah.
And he helps fix things that we may struggle at or suck at. You know, like he's
working on us.
Yeah, he's working on us. So like there are going to be people that make Christians maybe look bad, but it's, I mean, I think the biggest thing is like, how do we just, and this is such a Paul Lanphier quote, but like, how can we just be for people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's the biggest.
That's a testament to me being around you, and it's kind of,
well, it's like, and not by the bait, right?
Real disappointing.
It's like these guys that come out and give a 6-hour video on exposing someone who was doing horrible things. Yes, he should be exposed. Okay, he's exposed. Good. Now criticizing every person he was under when you don't even know those people. Like that's a big one for me, is like, we don't know their relationship with them. We don't know their conversations behind the scenes. We don't know everything that's happened. We don't know when they probably sat down with them and their wife and had marital counseling. It's like, it's a big reality of, we don't know people's inner lives.
Have you,
I don't know.
Sorry. Have you ever like thought about someone, and probably not in the kindest way, and the Lord has been like, hey, Paul, Danny, like, hey, that's my son or my daughter. Bro, if I think about that, like someone talking about, if I find out someone talking badly about my son or one of my 3 daughters,
yeah.
And I don't even love my kids. It's not even comparable how much he loves us.
Yeah.
So like, it's like, man, like I hate it and it sucks, and we don't want to have certain things. We don't want to stand for certain like bad things. I don't think we do in the church. But it's like, man, how can our hearts be when bad things happen and they come out about believers that did wrong things? It's like, oh gosh, like that really stinks that guy was living, or that guy or gal was living in like that torment for however many years that they were doing something. Like if something comes out, it's like, man, like that's tough. And then if someone did something wrongly to someone else, it's like, I can't imagine. Instead of like just like being angry, like how do we go to be like, man, I hope the Lord ministers to all those people involved. Like instead of like, you know what I mean? Like how do we come to this point? I mean, I think we all know. I think we need to be filled with the Spirit. I think we need to be equipped to like, hey, how do we, like, even though this was wrong, Lord, this was really wrong, how someone did something, how do we as believers not be verse 11? How do we not be the ones that are persecuting believers? How can we like love people and be like, hey, like, and not on bigger deals, just be like, hey, how do we do this correctly? Because, and I'll even think of times that I've been in seasons where God's done some crazy things and cool things, and I feel like, quote unquote, people on fire.
You know,
who's the thing that, what's usually the thing that puts the fire out? Is it Christians or non-Christians, unfortunately?
Yep.
And like, that's, by the way, I'm not blaming anyone for putting out a fire. That's me. It's still on me as a person to be like, hey, Lord, like, I need you to keep this fire in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to like kindle it all the time. I need you to fan a flame on it. But like, there's power in words that we say as Christians.
There is.
And if you say something that's going to like tear someone down or not want to follow Jesus a certain way, like, it's like, ugh. Like, let's not persecute. Let's not we're talking about fan the flame. Let's not put a blanket over their fire.
Yeah. I think what you said is it's like, how do I, as a believer, when I hear stuff, I want to get to the point where it's like, man, my heart is so full of compassion and love for every person involved. And yeah, there's accountability. There's things that happen. Life is going. But
people are going to get in trouble.
We're not talking about that part. But it's like, for us, how do we be continuous vessels of the Lord's love towards people? And I think I was actually this morning in the shower, I was praying. And I was thinking about this. I'd gotten done just reading this morning and kind of just worshiping. And I was just laid there for 10 minutes. And I was praying, just feeling like almost like a sense of stress that I don't want to have going into the weekend. And I was like, Lord, why do I feel this way? And I got up at 4:30 this morning, not to brag, but I was just up early. And
it's because you couldn't sleep.
Yeah. And I was I was laying there and I just had this thought. It's like, Lord, and I was just asking the Lord about certain people. And I was like, God, what do you say about this? Like, there's these things from online, there's this. And I felt like the Lord just kept, he's like, they're my son, they're my daughter, they're this person, they are my beloved. Like, I think the one thing we should do as Christians, I was just thinking about this, like, I'm going to start doing this whole major, but somebody's like really struggling with someone or really like having a problem. I want to sit down and be like, hey, let's invite Jesus in the room. Like, he's here because we're here. Let's just pray and ask the Holy Spirit, Father, what do you say about that person? What do you think about that person? And I guarantee you it would reframe a lot of mindsets very quickly, knowing God probably doesn't see them how you do.
You know, what's funny is we can say these things about like certain people. And if certain things of our lives were public, people would think the same of us.
100%.
Like, not just us, just anyone in the world.
Yeah.
And I remember we were at Thirst Conference last year here at our church, and Alex Seeley preached. Doesn't matter what she preached on, but I remember asking the Lord, and I was looking into his eyes. I said, because I think she might have told us to just ask the Lord.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you think about me? And I remember to this day, he goes, I think you're amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, whew. You feel that way about me? And like, I felt like he kept showering me with that. And I'm like in stitches, just bawling like a baby. And if we were to ask someone, we were joking about prison, but someone who's in prison for, and this is wild, but like, just think of anything really bad.
Yeah.
If we said, hey, Lord, what do you think about that guy or that gal? I think he's like, I'm crazy about him.
Yeah.
They may not know it.
Yeah.
But like, how can we treat people with, now there's consequences to decisions.
Yeah. Life happens.
But hopefully and I'm thinking about even in my life right now, what I've maybe been like, oh gosh, I probably shouldn't have said that. But like out of the overflow of my mouth,
the heart speaks.
Like I'm hoping the Holy Spirit's like
overflow your heart.
Speaks. Yeah. But like overflowing me with living water. And I hope that the words that I say align with the Father's.
Yeah. I think that's the goal. It's like, I want to be more minded about, I want to care more about that than the culture of like aligning myself to basically with the accusers. And it's not the, like of any, it's like, I want to just be a person that's like, man, I want Jesus, his thoughts and ways, even if I'm like really devastated about how something's been handled or something's happened or, you know, whatever it is, I want it to be so much more about how Jesus sees people and how he actually cares than any of my feelings.
Yeah. I mean, we think of bad things that happen, and obviously we want people that do not great things to not like be able to continue to do the not great things. But Lord, like, how do I see people how you see people? I want to have the heart and the eyes of the Father. And does my life always look like that? No. I'm not saying it. Like I said, like if someone said, well, you said this. Yeah, I did. I probably did, because I've messed up a lot. But like, how do we, and I think this is kind of a prayer for like everyone, and like Christians and mainly Christians and hopefully non-Christians alike will get like have that, but like how do we put on our Jesus goggles? How do we see people how Jesus sees people? And how can we be for people, even if they do bad things? Like, how can we pray for people and be like, man, that really sucks. Like you've seen it with certain Christian people. Like, maybe they've done something wrong, or maybe they've had bad. Like, man, Lord, how do you like? Would you just capture their heart, because that couldn't be fun to live in. And I think that's our prayer for.
That's a good prayer.
Maybe anyone that's even listening, like we all have those thoughts.
Yep.
If you're going through something, we're praying that the Lord ministers to you and you actually feel the love of the Father, because the love of the Father isn't like anything else. I don't have anything else.
I think that's a great prayer. It's like, let us experience the ways of the Father. Let us, and just stay there.
Yep.
In every area of life, how we react, how we see people, how we care, let us experience the love of the Father.
Have a good day.